As we get older, many things start to change. Our hair turns silver, our joints get a little stiffer, and sometimes we notice that the energy we once had doesn't quite last through the day. But one of the most overlooked changes that quietly sneaks up on us is how our body processes food. Yes, that's right. What you eat, how your body absorbs it, and the way it impacts your energy, memory, and strength begins to shift in your golden years. If you've ever thought to yourself, "I'm eating the same things I always have. Why do I feel so different?" You're not alone. I've heard that same question from hundreds of older adults throughout my 20-plus years of working in senior health and nutrition. And the answer, quite simply, is this: your body's nutritional needs evolve with age. What worked for you at 40 might not work the same at 70. That's not something to fear, it's something to understand and adapt to. Now, I know there's a lot of confusing and even contradictory information out there. One day, you're told to eat eggs, then the next, you're told to avoid them. Olive oil is a miracle food one week and a bad fat the next. For many of my clients, trying to make sense of it all becomes overwhelming, so they end up sticking to old habits, even if those habits aren't serving them anymore. And that's why I created Senior Superfoods TV, to help you cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters for your age and stage of life. In today's video, we're going to look at something incredibly important. The foods that can help you age stronger, not weaker. Not miracle pills, not trendy diets, but simple, real foods that support your bones, muscles, memory, and energy. And I'm not just going to list foods for you. I'll also explain why they matter, how to prepare them in ways that are gentle on digestion, and how they fit into a lifestyle that supports graceful aging. Let me share a little story. A few years ago, I had a client named Harold. He was 78 at the time. He came to see me because he felt tired all the time. He'd lost about 15 pounds over the course of a year without really trying. His doctor told him his heart was fine and there were no major health issues, but something still felt off. When we looked at his diet, I noticed he was eating very little protein, almost no fruits or vegetables, and was still cooking the same way he had for decades. Heavy on salt, light on fiber. We made just a few small changes, added a bit of cottage cheese with fruit for breakfast, replaced the fried food with olive oil-based cooking, and introduced broccoli and carrots into his dinners twice a week. Within 2 months, Harold's energy returned, he was sleeping better, and most importantly, he felt in control again. That's the power of food when used intentionally, especially in later life. But don't worry, you don't have to give up everything you love. Aging well isn't about cutting everything out. It's about gently adding in the foods that nourish you, balance your digestion, and support your changing body. Foods that help maintain muscle. Foods that support your memory. Foods that reduce inflammation and support your joints. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through several of these powerful, everyday foods, some you might already have in your kitchen and others that might be new to you. These aren't exotic ingredients or expensive health fads. They're practical, affordable, and backed by both science and experience. But here's what's most important. I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to empower you. My goal is to give you information you can actually use. I believe that every older adult, whether you're 65, 75, or 85, has the right to feel strong, clear-minded, and full of life. And much of that starts with what's on your plate. So if you've been wondering what small changes you can make to feel better, move better, or think more clearly, this video is for you. If you felt frustrated by all the conflicting health advice, I'm going to make it simple. And if you just want to feel good again, starting with your next meal, then you're in the right place. Here's a little sneak peek. We'll be talking about how broccoli can do more than just fill your plate. It can protect your bones and immune system. You'll find out why extra virgin olive oil is far more than just a cooking ingredient. It's a heart protector. And we'll explore the secret power of simple foods like apples, cottage cheese, turmeric, and yes, even carrots. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's take this journey together. Because aging doesn't mean fading, it means refining. And with the right foods by your side, your best years may still be ahead of you. Let's get started. Over the years, I've sat across from hundreds, maybe even thousands of older adults. I've listened to their stories, heard their concerns, and helped guide them through the maze of changing health. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that most people don't struggle because they lack willpower. They struggle because they've been given the wrong map. When it comes to aging and nutrition, there's a quiet misunderstanding that still lingers in our culture. Many folks think that growing older means needing less food, fewer nutrients, and fewer calories. And while it's true that your metabolism may slow down a bit, that doesn't mean your body stops needing nourishment. On the contrary, your body needs smarter, more targeted nutrition than ever before. Let me explain. As we age, three things begin to happen almost universally. We start to lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. Our bones slowly lose density, increasing the risk of fractures. Our digestion and absorption of key nutrients becomes less efficient. And yet, many older adults still eat like they did in their 40s. Or even worse, they cut back dramatically on food intake, thinking they're not doing much anymore so they don't need to eat as much. This well-meaning mistake often leads to malnutrition, fatigue, and a downward spiral in strength and vitality. One of the most common phrases I hear is, "I just don't have the appetite I used to." And I understand that appetite can change with age. But instead of eating less overall, this is the time to focus on eating better. Eating with intention. Eating in a way that supports the body you have now, not the body you used to have. Let's look at a few of the most persistent myths I encounter when working with seniors. Myth 1, I need fewer nutrients now that I'm older. This couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, older adults often need more of certain nutrients, like protein, calcium, vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and omega-3s. Why? Because your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using them. Take vitamin B12, for example. As we age, our stomach produces less acid, which makes it harder to absorb this essential nutrient. B12 is critical for energy production and brain function, and yet, it's one of the most common deficiencies I see in people over 65. And unfortunately, low B12 levels can mimic symptoms of dementia or depression. It's not something to ignore. The same goes for calcium and vitamin D, which are crucial for bone health. I've met too many older adults who avoid dairy completely because they think it's for kids or they worry about fat content. But skipping dairy or other calcium-rich foods without a good replacement plan can increase your risk of brittle bones and fractures. Myth 2, protein is only for bodybuilders. This one makes me smile because I hear it a lot, especially from folks who grew up in an era when protein wasn't talked about the way it is today. The truth is, muscle loss is one of the most serious threats to your independence as you age. It doesn't just affect how strong you feel. It impacts your balance, your ability to get out of a chair, to climb stairs, to hold yourself upright. And while regular movement is important, you can't rebuild or maintain muscle without enough protein. Now, I'm not talking about eating a 12-ounce steak at every meal. In fact, that's probably too much. What I mean is spreading moderate amounts of protein throughout the day, from sources like lean poultry, cottage cheese, eggs, lentils, tofu, or even a scoop of protein powder in your morning smoothie. A good target for many older adults is roughly 20–30 grams of protein per meal, more than the typical toast and jam breakfast provides. If that sounds like a lot, don't worry. I'll show you simple ways to hit those numbers later in this video. Myth 3: fat is bad for me, especially at my age. This idea has been deeply rooted since the 1980s, when fat was demonized in nearly every health magazine and TV ad. But we've learned a lot since then. Yes, some fats are harmful, especially trans fats and heavily processed oils found in packaged snacks or fast food. But other fats, like those found in extra virgin olive oil, avocados, nuts, and fatty fish like salmon, are incredibly beneficial, especially for brain health, heart function, and reducing inflammation. I remember a client of mine named Betty, 82 years old, sharp as a tack. She told me she had cut out all oils from her diet because she thought it would help her heart. But in doing so, she also lost out on vital nutrients, started feeling fatigued, and even noticed some memory issues. Once we reintroduced healthy fats, like a spoonful of olive oil on her steamed veggies and a few walnuts in the afternoon, her energy returned and she felt more herself again. Myth 4: as long as I eat fruits and vegetables, I'm fine. While fruits and vegetables are essential, no doubt about that, they're only part of the puzzle. Not all produce is equally beneficial for aging adults, and how you prepare them matters too. For example, broccoli is an absolute powerhouse, loaded with vitamin C, vitamin K, and fiber. But if you boil it until it's mush, you lose many of those nutrients. The same goes for carrots, rich in beta-carotene but best absorbed with a little healthy fat. Plus, some seniors over-rely on fruits for snacks, thinking they're doing something good for their health, without realizing how much sugar, even natural sugar, they're consuming. Balance is key. Pair fruit with protein or fat, for example, apple slices with peanut butter or grapes with a piece of cheese to slow digestion and support blood sugar balance. Myth 5: supplements can replace real food. I understand the appeal. Taking a few pills each morning seems easier than cooking a well-balanced meal. But unfortunately, most supplements are just that, supplements. They're meant to fill in the gaps, not replace the foundation. Real, whole foods contain not just vitamins and minerals, but also fiber, enzymes, antioxidants, and compounds that work together in ways we're only beginning to understand. For example, turmeric contains curcumin, which is known for its anti-inflammatory properties. But it works best when consumed with black pepper and a little fat. You won't get that synergy in a pill alone. Supplements have their place, but they should support, not substitute, a healthy diet. If you find eating challenging due to dental issues, lack of appetite, or medication side effects, I always recommend working with a dietitian or health coach to find meals that are both nutritious and enjoyable. Myth 6: it's too late for me to change. This one breaks my heart the most. I've met people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, who believed that they'd missed their chance to improve their health. But let me tell you something I know without a doubt. It is never too late. Even modest changes, like drinking more water, adding a serving of leafy greens to dinner, or replacing crackers with carrots, can lead to noticeable improvements in energy, digestion, and mood. Your body is always listening to what you feed it. Every day, you have an opportunity to nourish it better than the day before. I wanted to begin with these myths because they form the invisible walls around many people's habits. And until we shine a light on them, it's hard to make meaningful changes. But now that you understand the truth behind these common beliefs, we can move forward together with a clearer picture and a lot more hope. In the next part of this video, I'll share with you not just what foods to eat, but why they matter, based on science, experience, and stories from real people just like you. We'll talk about foods that gently strengthen your bones, support your joints, protect your heart, and sharpen your memory. Not miracle cures, but real, reliable foods you can find in any grocery store, prepared in ways that work with your life, not against it. Let's keep going. You deserve to feel your best. In my 20-plus years of working with older adults, I've come to believe that nutrition in later life isn't just a science, it's a relationship. A relationship between you and your body, you and your food, and often you and your past. Let me explain. Many of the seniors I meet carry with them not only memories, but also deeply ingrained food habits from a different time. I once worked with a retired school principal named George. He was 78, sharp-minded, and proud of his independence. When we started talking about food, he told me flatly, "I eat what I've always eaten." It sounded reasonable. But when we looked closer, his meals were mostly white bread, coffee, canned soup, and the occasional slice of ham. Very little color, almost no fresh produce, and not nearly enough protein for someone trying to stay strong. George didn't mean to harm himself. He simply hadn't updated his habits to match the needs of his aging body. And like many others, he assumed that because he wasn't sick, he didn't need to change anything. But good health isn't just the absence of illness, it's the presence of vitality. That's the lens I want to offer you in this video. Food as a tool not just for surviving, but for thriving. Understanding the body's changing needs. As we age, the way our body processes and uses food changes significantly. Let me walk you through a few of the most critical shifts I see in older adults and what they actually mean in day-to-day life. One, muscle loss isn't just about strength, it's about survival. You've likely heard the term sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. But what most people don't realize is how silently and steadily it creeps in. Starting around age 50, you can lose 1–2% of muscle mass per year if you're not actively preserving it. And by the time someone reaches 80, they may have lost up to 30–50% of their muscle mass. Why does this matter? Because muscle isn't just for lifting weights or opening jars, it's essential for keeping your balance and preventing falls, supporting your joints and spine, protecting your organs, and even regulating your blood sugar. In fact, low muscle mass is directly linked to increased risk of hospitalization, slower recovery times, and a greater likelihood of losing independence. That's why I often tell people, protein is your ally, not your enemy. And movement, even just a daily walk or light resistance training with bands, can help signal to your body, hey, we still need this muscle, don't let it go. 2. Digestive fire slows down, but that doesn't mean we give up. Another major shift I see is in digestion. The older gut produces less stomach acid and fewer digestive enzymes, which makes it harder to break down certain foods, especially protein and fibrous vegetables. This explains why some people get gassy after beans or why meat feels like it just sits there. But here's the key insight. The solution isn't to avoid these foods altogether, it's to prepare them differently. I often recommend cooking cruciferous vegetables like broccoli or cauliflower until just tender, rather than adding a splash of apple cider vinegar or lemon to meals to boost stomach acid. Eating fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut to replenish gut bacteria. And chewing slowly, really slowly, to let your saliva do some of the work. There's an old saying in Ayurveda, your stomach has no teeth, so chew thoroughly. Give your gut a fighting chance to do its job. 3. Your brain is a nutritional organ too. One of the biggest concerns I hear is memory loss. I just don't feel as sharp as I used to. And while age does bring some cognitive changes, what many people don't realize is that the brain is extremely sensitive to nutrient deficiencies. Low levels of omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, especially B12, B6, and folate, antioxidants like vitamin E, and even hydration can affect memory, mood, and focus. I once worked with a lovely woman named Carol who came to me worried she was developing early dementia. She had trouble recalling names, sometimes forgot appointments, and felt foggy most mornings. After a full review, we discovered she was barely eating any fat. She had cut it out entirely due to cholesterol concerns, and her B12 was severely low. Within a month of reintroducing fatty fish, eggs, leafy greens, and a sublingual B12 supplement, she was a different person. Not perfect, but more present, more confident. Nutrition for the brain isn't just about avoiding sugar or processed food, though that helps. It's about fueling your brain the way you'd fuel a classic car. With care, with quality, and with consistency. For bone health, more than just calcium. Over the years, I've sat across from many seniors who proudly told me, I take my calcium every day. That's wonderful, but the truth is, strong bones require more than just calcium. Let me share what I've learned working with physical therapists and endocrinologists in senior care facilities. Calcium is just one part of the equation. Your body also needs vitamin D to help absorb that calcium, magnesium to help deposit it properly into bones, vitamin K2 to make sure calcium goes to bones and not arteries, and weight-bearing movement to actually stimulate bone growth. I remember a 72-year-old client named Mildred who broke her wrist simply opening a jar. She was devastated. But I take supplements, she said. When we looked closer, her vitamin D was low, she rarely went outside, and her idea of exercise was walking from her armchair to the fridge. We gently built her back, adding canned sardines rich in calcium and vitamin D, leafy greens, and short outdoor walks in the morning sun. 6 months later, not only was her follow-up scan improved, but she told me, I feel like my bones are finally listening. You see, bones are living tissue. They respond to how we treat them. If we feed them well and use them regularly, they stay strong longer than we think. 5. Hydration. The silent energy booster. If I had a nickel for every time I've heard, I don't feel thirsty anymore, I'd have quite a collection. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. That doesn't mean we need less water, only that we have to be more intentional about it. Fatigue, confusion, headaches, even constipation. Often these symptoms are blamed on aging, when in fact they're signs of dehydration. One simple rule I give my clients: clear pee, clear mind. It's not very scientific, but it works, to stay hydrated without feeling overwhelmed. Sip warm herbal teas throughout the day. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint to water to make it more appealing. Eat water-rich foods like watermelon, cucumbers, or soups. Keep a glass of water by the bed, and another in the living room. Visual cues matter. Hydration supports digestion, brain function, joint lubrication, and even skin elasticity. And the best part, it's free. 6. Your relationship with food matters just as much as the food itself. Let me share something from the heart. Nutrition isn't just what's on your plate, it's how you feel about eating. I've met seniors who feel guilty every time they eat a piece of cake. Others who eat alone in silence day after day. and some who feel overwhelmed by all the don'ts they hear from doctors. Don't eat fat, don't eat salt, don't eat carbs. But a life full of don'ts is no life at all. The key, in my experience, is to rediscover joy in eating while still being kind to your body. That means eating with loved ones, even if it's once a week. Setting the table, even for one person, because you matter. Choosing meals that make you feel good afterward, not just during. Allowing for occasional indulgence without guilt, because balance, not perfection, is the goal. I often say, healthy food should feel like a warm hug, not a punishment. And when it's chosen with care, it truly can be. 7. Listening to the wisdom of your own body. No expert, including me, knows your body better than you do. You've lived in it for 60, 70, maybe 80 years. That counts for something. When I counsel seniors, I always encourage them to trust their body's signals. If broccoli gives you gas, try zucchini instead. If you feel sluggish after bread, try oatmeal or quinoa. If you sleep better with a little protein before bed, lean into that. The mistake I see often is outsourcing all decisions to labels, influencers, or one-size-fits-all advice. But food is deeply personal. What nourishes one person might not suit another. A simple tool I recommend is a food and feeling journal. Nothing fancy, just jot down what you ate and how you felt 1-2 hours later. Over time, patterns emerge. You'll discover which foods support your energy, sleep, digestion, and mood, and which ones don't. In other words, you become your own expert. That's the most empowering shift of all. 8. From restriction to abundance. In our culture, aging is often associated with loss of strength, memory, mobility, and even freedom. But when it comes to nutrition, I encourage a different perspective, one of abundance. Instead of asking, what do I have to give up? Ask, what can I add to my plate that supports my joints? What food will brighten my skin and help my brain? What delicious meal can I share with someone I care about? Aging doesn't mean shrinking. It can mean expanding into new routines, new recipes, and even new joys. There was a man in my care group, Roger, who started cooking at 76 after his wife passed. At first, he burned everything, but he kept at it. Now he's the go-to potluck cook at his church, and he swears cooking has added years to his life. His eyes shine when he talks about trying new spices and learning from YouTube videos. That's the spirit I hope you'll carry with you. It's never too late to evolve, to nourish, to enjoy. 9. The role of emotional health in eating well. One of the most overlooked aspects of senior nutrition is emotional well-being. I've seen this time and time again. When a person is lonely, grieving, or anxious, their appetite changes. They might eat too little or too much, and often it's not about the food at all. Take Alina, for example, a graceful, soft-spoken woman in her late 80s who had recently lost her sister. "I just don't feel hungry anymore," she told me. "What's the point of cooking for one?" Her meals had dwindled to crackers and tea. Food had lost meaning for her because the person she used to share it with was gone. This is something I see frequently. The emotional connection to food weakens when we feel disconnected from others. But here's what I've learned. Rebuilding that connection can reignite not just appetite, but hope. That might mean inviting a neighbor for a cup of soup, cooking with grandchildren, or teaching them your favorite recipe, joining a senior cooking class at the local community center, even just calling a friend while eating a meal. We're social creatures. Eating well isn't just about nutrients, it's about connection. And sometimes the most nourishing part of a meal isn't what's on the plate, but who you share it with. 10. Rethinking superfoods for seniors. Now let me say something that may surprise you. There is no magic food. Yes, certain ingredients like turmeric, leafy greens, berries, or salmon offer incredible benefits. But I've seen many people chase trends, acai one year, quinoa the next, while neglecting the simple, wholesome foods that work best for their body. Here's what I tell my clients. A ripe apple eaten mindfully is a superfood. A bowl of vegetable soup made with care can heal more than just the body. A piece of dark chocolate enjoyed without guilt nourishes the soul. Superfoods aren't always exotic or expensive. They're often already in your pantry. What matters is how often you eat them, how you feel afterward, and how they fit into your lifestyle. Instead of focusing on what's trendy, focus on what's timeless. That includes colorful vegetables for vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Healthy fats like olive oil, nuts, and avocado. Lean proteins like poultry, eggs, beans, or tofu. Whole grains like oatmeal, brown rice, or whole wheat bread. Herbs and spices for flavor and inflammation control. When your plate looks like a rainbow, you're probably on the right track. 11. Why simplicity wins. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned from my older clients is the value of simplicity. While younger generations chase elaborate health plans and fancy supplements, my seniors tend to get results by doing the basics consistently. I remember Tom, a retired firefighter in his early 80s, who once told me, "I don't need a diet, I just need to remember my mother's cooking." His daily meals: scrambled eggs with spinach, grilled chicken and yams, and a sliced orange every night. Simple, wholesome, and nourishing. Tom never counted calories, never tracked macros, never read a label. But his lab tests looked better than those of people half his age. That's the power of habit over hype. You don't need a dozen new rules. Start with 1 or 2 small changes. Add a green vegetable to your lunch. Replace one sugary drink with water or tea. Eat dinner at the table, not in front of the TV. Over time, these small choices create big results. And most importantly, they feel sustainable. 12. Healing the relationship with food after decades of misinformation. Many seniors I work with were raised during a time when fat was demonized. Sugar was everywhere, and diet culture taught people to fear food. It's not your fault if some of those ideas still linger in your mind. But now we know better, and it's never too late to relearn. Healthy fats are essential. Real food matters more than processed diet products. And starvation is not a path to wellness. If you grew up in the butter is bad era, it may feel strange to drizzle olive oil on your vegetables. If you believed eggs raised cholesterol, it might take time to welcome them back into your breakfast. But I invite you to give your body a fresh start. You're not the same person you were at 40. Your needs are different, and so are the facts. This journey isn't about judgment, it's about freedom. Freedom to make food choices from a place of wisdom, not fear. 13. My personal reflections. Why I still believe in food as medicine. After more than 2 decades in this field, what keeps me going is the transformations I've witnessed, not just in bodies, but in spirits. I've seen a woman in her 90s regain her energy after finally eating enough protein. A man with diabetes lower his blood sugar by simply adding more fiber. A widow rediscover joy by learning to cook again. These aren't miracles. They're results of consistency, compassion, and care. I believe deeply that food is one of the last things we can control as we age. Our vision may blur, our joints may ache, but we still get to decide what goes on our plate. And that choice carries power. When you choose to nourish yourself, you're saying, "I still matter." You're saying, "I still have more living to do." And to me, that's the most beautiful thing of all. 14. A final thought on legacy and longevity. Many of you watching this aren't just eating for yourselves. You're eating for the people who love you, the grandchildren who want you at their graduation, the friends who need your laughter, the community that values your wisdom. Your health isn't just about feeling good, it's about being here, being present, being able to say yes to life. And the food you eat 3 times a day, every day, it either brings you closer to that future or pushes you further away. The good news, you can start fresh today. You don't need perfection, just intention. Even if you make one small change, adding broccoli to your dinner, switching to olive oil, taking a short walk after lunch, you're already rewriting your future. Now that we've talked about the challenges and shared some insights, let's focus on the practical steps you can take starting today. These are simple, sustainable habits designed to support your health and vitality as you age. 1. Stick to regular meal times, small, balanced meals throughout the day. One of the first things I advise my clients is to maintain a consistent eating schedule. As we grow older, our bodies function like finely tuned clocks. They thrive on routine. Skipping meals, especially breakfast, can sap your energy and accelerate muscle loss. Instead, aim for 3 main meals and 1 or 2 healthy snacks spaced evenly throughout the day. Try to eat at roughly the same times daily to help your metabolism stay steady and your blood sugar balanced. Avoid heavy meals late at night to give your digestive system a chance to rest. 2. Prioritize quality protein to preserve muscle and strength. Protein is absolutely vital for seniors. It supports muscle maintenance, energy levels, and overall strength. Unfortunately, many older adults don't get enough. Aim for about 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight daily. Good sources include eggs, lean poultry like chicken and turkey, fish rich in omega-3s such as salmon, and plant-based options like lentils and beans. Adding a hard-boiled egg or a small serving of cottage cheese to your meals can make a big difference. Over time, this helps keep you strong and active. 3. Choose healthy fats to support heart and brain health. Not all fats are created equal. Healthy fats like those found in extra virgin olive oil, avocados, walnuts, and flax seeds are essential for your brain and heart. I often recommend replacing butter and margarine with olive oil for cooking or salad dressings. Include a handful of nuts or a few slices of avocado in your meals to nourish your body with these good fats. These fats also help your body absorb important fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, which support your eyes, bones, and immune system. 4. Use natural anti-inflammatory spices to ease aches and boost vitality. Your kitchen can be your pharmacy. Spices like turmeric, garlic, cinnamon, and ginger have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can help with joint pain, memory support, and overall inflammation. Try adding a pinch of turmeric to your soups or smoothies, or brew a warm ginger tea. These simple additions not only add flavor but support your body's healing processes naturally. 5. Support your digestive health with fiber and probiotics. A healthy gut is the foundation of overall wellness, especially as digestion tends to slow down with age. Incorporate plenty of fiber-rich foods like leafy greens, apples, pears, oats, and beans. Include probiotic-rich foods such as natural yogurt or kefir to maintain a balanced gut microbiome. If constipation or bloating is an issue, starting your day with a warm glass of water followed by a fiber-rich breakfast can gently encourage digestion. 6. Stay hydrated but time your water intake. Dehydration is common among seniors because the sense of thirst diminishes with age. Even mild dehydration can affect your energy, mood, and cognitive function. Drink water regularly throughout the day. aiming for at least 6 to 8 cups. But avoid drinking large amounts right before or during meals to prevent diluting your digestive juices. Eating water-rich fruits like watermelon and cucumber also helps keep hydration levels up. 7. Keep dinner light and early to promote restful sleep. Sleep quality often declines with age, and your evening meal can play a big role. Opt for a light, warm dinner that's easy to digest. Think vegetable soup, baked sweet potatoes, or a small serving of lean protein with steamed veggies. Try to eat at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime and avoid spicy or heavy foods late in the evening to help your body relax. 8. Eat slowly and mindfully to enhance digestion and enjoyment. Finally, slow down and savor your meals. Eating mindfully improves digestion and allows you to better appreciate the flavors and textures of your food. Chew thoroughly, pause between bites, and try to eat without distractions like TV or phones. This practice not only supports better digestion, but also helps with portion control and satisfaction. A closing thought: remember, these changes don't have to happen all at once. Pick 1 or 2 habits to start and build gradually. Nourishing your body with the right foods and routines will help you feel stronger, sharper, and more vibrant each day. Conclusion: wrapping up and moving forward together. As we come to the end of this video, I want to take a moment to thank you sincerely for spending your precious time with me today. It truly means a lot, and I hope the information we've discussed has given you some useful tools and inspiration to take better care of your health through smart nutrition. Aging gracefully isn't just about avoiding illness or slowing down time. It's about thriving with energy, joy, and a strong mind and body. The journey to better health begins with simple, thoughtful choices every day. And you're never alone on this path. Let's reflect together. What resonated with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of the foods or habits we talked about today do you already practice? Were there any tips that surprised you or made you think differently about your daily routine? Maybe you have some favorite superfoods or recipes that have worked well for you. Or perhaps there are challenges you face when trying to eat healthily or stay active. Sharing your experiences helps build a caring community where we all learn and grow. Please feel free to leave a comment below. Your voice is important, and I personally read every single message. Let's support each other on this journey. What's one small change you can start today? Often, the hardest part is just getting started. But remember, you don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Even one small change can have a ripple effect. Could you try adding an extra serving of vegetables to your meals? Or maybe swap out butter for olive oil? How about setting a reminder to drink a glass of water every hour? If you're unsure where to start, I'm here to help. You can ask me questions in the comments or reach out on our social media. Together, we'll find what works best for you. Why subscribe to Senior Superfoods TV? If you found today's video helpful, I invite you to subscribe to Senior Superfoods TV. This channel is dedicated to you, seniors who want to live healthier, stronger, and more vibrant lives through the power of good food and smart habits. By subscribing, you'll get regular updates filled with evidence-based tips, easy recipes, gentle exercises, and practical advice specifically tailored for the senior community. My goal is to empower you with knowledge you can trust and tools you can use every day. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so you never miss a new video. Your support makes a difference. If this video brought value to you, please consider giving it a like. A simple thumbs up helps others find this content and join our growing community. The more we share, the stronger we become together. And if you know a friend or family member who could benefit from this information, please share the video with them. Health is a journey best taken with loved ones. What topics would you like to see next? I want this channel to serve you as best as possible. What health or nutrition topics are you curious about? Are there specific superfoods you want to learn more about? Or maybe tips on staying active, managing chronic conditions, or boosting mental clarity? Please drop your suggestions in the comments. Your feedback shapes the future content of Senior Superfoods TV. This is our space created with care for care, a personal promise to you. With over 2 decades of experience in senior health and nutrition, I'm committed to sharing only what's backed by science and proven in real life. I understand the challenges seniors face because I've worked closely with many individuals just like you. My promise is to always keep the information clear, honest, and respectful of your unique journey. Your well-being is my priority, and I'm honored to be part of your path to better health. Final thoughts. Thank you again for watching and for being part of this wonderful community. Remember, the best investment you can make is in your health. Take the knowledge you've gained here, put it into practice step by step, and watch your energy and confidence grow. Together, we can transform aging into a beautiful, empowering chapter of life filled with vitality and happiness. Stay healthy, stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you're ready to take the next step, click subscribe, hit that like button, and share your thoughts below. Let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, take care and be well.